Hey, what's up, everyone? So it's been a while since I last did a video, and today is, let me see, it's May 27th, and yesterday was actually my 3-week post-op from my surgery, from my vertical sleeve surgery. Um, I haven't done a video in a while for many reasons. One was because I was really sick after the surgery. I don't think I was prepared enough for it. I don't think I was ready. Even though I did 3 months worth of um, schooling or whatever you want to call it, or through Kaiser, I wasn't prepared for the aftermath. Um, it's not as a pretty picture as they paint it or they um, make it sound. It really isn't, and it's not easy. Mainly in this video, I do want to discuss how I've been and what I've been going through, but I also want to get into the ugly part of the surgery. Everything. I feel like no one talks about it, and it's not addressed, and it's. I don't want to sound negative, and I don't want to make it seem like I am against it, because I'm not. At this point, I don't know if I don't like using the word regret, because I don't know if I regret it or not. Um, but I mean, I have obviously reasons why I feel the way I do. You be the judge of that. It doesn't matter. I don't care. At the end of the day, I do videos to be supportive and for people to see or hear, the real and the raw behind it. My opinion, based on my opinion. So if you don't like it, then you don't have to watch them. And you don't have to subscribe. But this is for obviously people that follow me and want to hear what I have to say at the end of the day, basically. So, my surgery was, let's start off with my surgery and how that went and what process I had to go through. My surgery was on May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, and no, I'm not Mexican. So it was on May 5th. Dr. Edward Munn. It was through Kaiser. So it was at 1 o'clock p.m. 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock? I can't remember now. Oh, okay. So my surgery was scheduled for May. I have video footage of that. I think eventually I'll post up of me on that day. So I ended up going to Kaiser, which was Harbor City, and I got there. Everything was pretty smooth. I mean, the arrival was great. It went fairly quickly. I had to pay my deposit. Or not my deposit, but my copay or whatever. And I really didn't wait that long to be seen, actually, to start the process. It was pretty fast. So it probably took no more than an hour, everything from the moment I got there to less than an hour. From the moment I got there to going back and getting ready for the surgery. My parents were with me. My partner was with me as well. And let's see. Okay, so we did wait there for a few minutes. The nurse came out to get me. She took me to the back, and they checked me in. They made me put on the gown, put all my stuff in a bag, and put the bracelet on me. They started an IV and things like that. My doctor came to see me right away, which was pretty quick. And he came to talk to me and said if I was prepared and I was ready, and we kind of discussed a few things, and I said yes. I had been fasting, obviously, for 48 hours. Yeah, 48 hours. And prior to that, I was on a diet, which was called OptiFast. The day that I checked into the hospital, I actually lost 44 pounds total on OptiFast. So that was the total, 44 pounds. Then after, they took me back, and they gave me, obviously, I don't know what it was, but they gave me something to make me feel really dizzy and sick, and made me feel weird. So I went to the back, and the doctor started, he said if it was okay for him to discuss my procedure and talk about me, and I said yeah, that was fine. Next thing I know, I was out. I was cold, knocked out. And I woke up to somebody, well, the nurse. He was a male nurse. He was really nice. And I woke up to him telling me to wake up, and I couldn't wake up. Um, I was breathing too. They had the breathing oxygen, I guess it might be. I don't know. And it was horrible. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe at all. And he kept telling me to breathe, and I was like, I can't. You have to take this off of me in order for me to breathe. And he's like, you're gonna have to breathe, you know. And I couldn't stay awake, so I was in recovery. I was only supposed to be in recovery for about an hour or two at the most. I was there for like 4 hours. I couldn't wake up. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't stay awake. I kept wanting to go to sleep. So they were trying to have me. They tried to have me to, or they wanted me to stay awake, and I couldn't. That was a problem. So I finally took off the mask. I was like, I can't breathe on this. If you want me to breathe, this is not going to happen. So I took it off. I started breathing, and I tried to stay awake. It didn't work out, but whatever. I got to I saw my partner. My parents came in. Next thing you know, I'm in and out of sleep. I end up going in an elevator, seeing forever. I got to my room. The nurse came in. The doctor prior to that had told me, prior to me having my surgery, he had told me that in order for me to, for me to walk, like to be proactive. My hair is bugging me today, sorry. To be proactive in walking, he did say that I have to tell the nurses constantly to get me up to walk, or else they won't do it. So I already knew that obviously after my surgery I was gonna have to walk. So because of blood clots. So what ended up happening? Okay, so I get to my room, I fall asleep. 4 hours later, I wake up and I'm ready to walk. So I did my first walk, which I'll post a video of that as well. It was okay. During the hospital stay, this is what they don't tell you, or this is what you don't. I guess, I don't know. I wasn't prepared, but during the hospital stay, you don't feel any pain, and if you do, you have morphine. You hit morphine every 15 minutes, and you're good, or 15 or 10 minutes. I don't know what the drip is, but so you're fine. You're on pain medication. You don't feel anything. Nothing's wrong. Everything's great. You're able to eat your food. Well, I didn't have any problems while I was there at the hospital. I stayed one night, overnight. I didn't have any problems after my surgery while I was at the hospital. I did have a drain. I had incisions and I had a drain, and they did pull out the drain while I was there the next day, I believe. I didn't have any problems while I was there. The first day, everything was fine. I walked. I had, it was fine. I slept. I didn't hit the drip so much, the morphine drip. I didn't need it. I wasn't in pain because obviously of all the anesthesia, I guess, or whatever. You know, I wasn't in pain. And so I was there and I was fine. And then overnight was fine. I slept okay. I kept waking up to go to walk, and everything was fine. The second day, they took out the drain. That hurt. That felt weird. And they leave that gap. They leave that hole where they pull the drain from open. You would think it's almost like an inch long, and I don't know how deep it is, but you would think that they sew it up or glue it together or whatever. They didn't, or, you know, I was like, okay, so it's weird, which I have a disgusting, very disgusting, thick, scab over it. I haven't touched it, I haven't pulled it, I haven't done anything to it. I'm going to leave it alone, but it's gross. It's not cute, the scab. Hopefully that doesn't scar too bad, but my other incisions are fine. So I was there, they took out the drain. I did do the morphine before they took out the drain, and during and after, because it was just uncomfortable, and it didn't hurt too much. It was okay, it wasn't that bad. There was only one incision that hurt, and I didn't know why until after, which I'm going to get into that. So everything was fine. I walked. I was able to get my liquid in. I was able to eat my Jello, my popsicle, sugar-free popsicle they have. I was fine. It was great. It was a walk in the park. Nothing was wrong. The part that they don't tell you, and you don't, I guess I was naive to, I don't know, whatever, was when you go home. When you go home, obviously you don't have all these things that you have at the hospital. You don't have the bed. You don't have the morphine. You don't have, you know, you go home is the worst part ever. Going home is the worst. You don't, they don't tell you that you're going to not be able to pass gas. They don't tell you that you're not going to be able to birth. They don't tell you you're not going to be able to move. They don't tell you, you know, the pain. I think when they do the surgery, I'm pretty sure when they do the surgery, I'm not too positive, but correct me if I'm wrong. When they do the surgery, they pump your stomach with air or something, or I don't know, intestine or something, I don't know, with air, but the pain and the discomfort after you go home is horrible. It is so bad. And I think that was the worst part for me. So I ended up coming home, and my dogs are going. Okay, so I ended up coming home, and I came home. So this was on Monday. I came home on a Tuesday, which was May 6th. I came home I got home like around 3 o'clock. And when I finally got home, I went to bed. I was too tired, so I went to bed. And I woke up a few hours later. Around nighttime, it was like 9 o'clock. I went back to bed. I woke up in massive pain, which I was really uncomfortable. I felt like bloated, like really like somebody filled me up with air in my stomach, and I felt uncomfortable. It wasn't the incisions that were painful, and it wasn't, well, except for one, but it was I could deal with it. It wasn't gonna kill me, but it was the bloat. It was the bloat. It was uncomfortable for me. It was really uncomfortable for me. That was the worst part, and I couldn't, no matter what I did, I laid down, I sat up. I mean, I was hours in pain and moaning in pain and agony for hours. And finally, my partner called the doctor or the emergency or the nurses or whatever, and they said to go into the emergency room. And I didn't want to. I was trying to avoid it because, first of all, I was tired. Second of all, I just got out of the hospital. I want to go back. So what ended up happening was the pain medication, the nausea medication that they gave me, which they didn't test it out, and I believe they should test it out before you leave the hospital, so you know it's going to be effective. Duh. They don't. Well, my Kaiser, whatever the hell, doesn't. When I came home, I did the pain medication, and I couldn't hold it down. I kept throwing the pain medication up. And I don't know if it's because it was cherry flavor, which before I loved cherry flavor. Now I can't stand it. I don't know what it was, but I couldn't keep the pain medication down, and I tried twice, and I kept throwing it up. Well, I started to see blood in my throw up, and that kind of creeped me out. And we called again the second time, the nurse, and they said that they wanted me to go to an emergency room. So after waking up the whole household, and after everyone going through everything they went through, my poor parents and everybody at home and all this chaos, I ended up going to the emergency room, and I ended up in the closest emergency room to me for Kaiser is like 30 minutes away, so it's far, it's not close. And where I got the operation is 45 minutes away to an hour, depending on traffic. So it wasn't like I could, just get up and go. I actually had to drive there, and it was, quite a distance, and I was in pain. So I ended up going to the emergency room here, and they did a CT scan and an X-ray. They didn't find anything because they possibly thought I had a leak, which was good. Thank God I didn't have a leak or anything wrong. But my pain was still there, and I still was throwing up. I was dry heaving. So at that point I was dry heaving. I wasn't throwing up any more blood or any bowel or whatever, but I was dry heaving. So they wanted me to go, my doctor, the doctor there at the CR got in contact with my doctor, the bariatric doctor, and they wanted me to get transferred over to Harbor City. So the ambulance had to take me to Harbor City. This is already Wednesday, and so they ended up taking me to Harbor City. I saw my doctor. I told him what the problem was. I had two pains by this point. I had two pains. I had a pain on the lower right-hand side of my incision, and if you follow me on Instagram, you will see that I have pictures of my incisions on Instagram. So one of them was on the right-hand side, on the bottom, and the other pain was right in between the middle of my chest, and it was uncomfortable, really uncomfortable. So I had asked him, finally my poor doctor, who's probably in surgery, and he finally got to see me, and this is Wednesday afternoon already. He said that the pain on my chest was because they were holding me up. Something was holding me up open. So, or something. So there was some type of instrument holding me up. So, go figure. That's why I had pain. And then the second one was because that's where they pulled my stomach out of. And I have stitches on the inside. Duh. Nobody explained that to me. Nobody told me that that would hurt. Nobody told me that that was going to happen at the hospital. And I didn't know where my stomach came out of. Nobody told me until I was at the ER. So, and I told him about the pain medication that he prescribed me, that it wasn't working and I wasn't able to hold it down. So he prescribed me different pain medication, and I wanted pill form. My sleep has been good to me up until this point, and I'm able to swallow pills because I have high blood pressure and I have thyroid problems. I have low thyroid, so hypothyroid. So I've been passing pills, so I knew I was gonna be fine with pills, and I was gonna hold them down better than liquid or dissolvable tabs, which I can't stand. Um, so he prescribed medication. I ended up coming home Wednesday night. We're talking about the 7th here, May 7th. I ended up coming home and I took pain medication, my nausea medication, and I knocked out. And I woke up and I was okay. Thursday I was fine. Then it started to get into the depression. I started feeling emotional. I'm sorry, I don't know if anybody has experienced this or has gone through it, but my hormones were crazy. My hormones were all over the place. I was very emotional. I was crying. My partner took off a week off work to take care of me. But I was a mess. And I was regretting it, and I cried, and it was really hard emotionally to adjust to this. I don't care about the sleeve. The sleeve was easy to adjust to as far as taking drinks and eating. It wasn't a problem. To this point, it's still not a problem. It's the emotional part that I wasn't quite prepared for, and the pain, the massive pain of bloat that I wasn't prepared for. So I ended up regretting it, and I hated it, and it was, I figured, I mean, I said to myself, why didn't I do it on my own? Why didn't I just stay on OptiFast and do it on my own? Because I had already lost 44 pounds. So I was very disappointed. I was very sad and depressed, and I snapped out of it. Like everybody on Instagram is very, very supportive, and they would tell me that everything was going to be fine and it was going to get better, and they were very motivational, and it did. I snapped out of it. So a week later, I started feeling a little like myself. I put on makeup, I dressed up, I went out, and it started to get better. I'm 3 weeks post-op yesterday. As of yesterday, I'm 3 weeks post-op, and I'm okay. I'm okay, and I feel okay, and I feel fine, and it's not a problem anymore at all. I could sleep on my stomach. I could pretty much eat anything I want. I could drink. Not a problem. I get full fast, so I know my limit. I don't crave as much food as I used to, which is good. It's still kind of hard to get the protein in on days. Some days, like the full protein they want me to intake and the liquid, but other than that, it's okay. The only problem is I'm very disappointed with the weight loss. I'm very disappointed with the sleeve because of the fact that I've only lost, I don't know about my scale, but according to my scale, I lost only 7 pounds, which was at my 2-week post-op when I went to see my doctor. That's what it said I lost, 7 pounds. So according to my scale, I haven't lost anything since. And that was, my post-op was, let's see here. My post-op was on the 15th. Was it the 15th? No, it wasn't the 15th. Might have. No, the 22nd? 29th. Yeah, I believe it was the 29th. I don't know if it was or not. I don't remember. Anyways, point being is, I haven't lost weight. I haven't, and I'm doing everything that it says to do, and I haven't lost any. And I walk and everything, and I haven't lost the weight. So that's my disappointment. That's my downfall. That's my bad mouth about the sleeve, that I haven't lost weight. And I get it. Everyone's different, and it could be too much information, but it could be because I was on my period. I just started my period last week. I'm off it now, but maybe that's why, the water weight, whatever, retention, when you're in your period, retain water, whatever. So I'm giving it that, but I'm not happy as far as the weight loss. I feel that I could have lost more weight on my own with OptiFast than with a sleeve. So that's my, my bad mouth about the surgery, but whatever. Do I recommend it? Yes. I think if you're obese, I think if you're fat, I think if you're morbidly obese, I think if you're overweight and you have health issues, of course, I think you should get it. Of course, I think you need to do something about your health and your weight. If you're in denial, then that's on you. Because I know a few people they are in denial. But I recommend it. I do. No, I don't think no matter what anyone says, I don't think whatever papers you read, whatever classes you attend, whatever you go through, I don't think that you can ever be prepared for this. I really do. I think that you have to go through it in order for you to know what the hell you're going to get yourself into and experience and stuff like that. I don't think that no matter what, people prepare for it. I don't. That's just my personal opinion. I'm like, yeah, right. There was no telling me, even if I do regret the surgery, which I hope I don't. I hope I lose weight and I'm successful and I'm like, yeah, I don't regret it as of right now. I'm like, whatever about it. But I do hope that it all changes. And obviously it wasn't as successful for me at this point as it was for other people, and I get that. And it's just a personal opinion, obviously. So, but I feel like I could have lost more on my own on OptiFast. That's just me. Anywho, moving on. I lost my train of thought. I went off the subject. So yeah, so that's where we're at today. I have lost weight, but that was obviously before the surgery. So I'm still on my pain. I'm still on medication. I'm not on pain medication. I'm still on. I'm on my high blood pressure and my thyroid. I don't know when I'm getting off my high blood pressure. The doctor said to consult with my physician, my personal physician, but I haven't as of yet. But I do monitor it every day, so it's been okay. Sometimes low, but other than that, it's been okay. So yeah, I mean, that's what it comes down to, I guess. I feel like yeah, some people do need the surgery. So there, my point, going back to what I was saying, no matter what anybody told me, no matter what anyone said, no matter what people talked about, no matter what, I wasn't prepared for this, and I was going to do the surgery, no matter what. There was no one telling me anything that would scare me away from it at all. I mean, people were like, oh, you could die, and I didn't care. I didn't care because I wanted this. This is what I wanted. So that's why I can't regret it, because this is what I really wanted, but I'm disappointed with the results as far as doing it. But there was no telling me, there was no me backing out of it at all. So I ended up doing it, and it is what it is now. We just hopefully have to see what happens with the results, or the rest of the results. But yeah, so I have another appointment with the doctor. It's my second appointment, June 27th, I believe. I think it's June 27th. So right now I'm supposed to be, yeah, June 27th. I'm doing pureed foods right now at this point. I could tolerate anything. I haven't had a problem. I haven't thrown up. I've been close. Like, I've been like, okay, I ate too much. Oh my gosh. I might, with the sleep, I know when I was going through class, they said that you don't experience dumping. You can, but it's really rare. I think I experience it. I don't mind it. It cleans me out. It feels great. I don't have a problem with it. I'd rather go to the restroom than not. So I'm okay with it. But I don't have a problem with my bowel system, with my bowel movements. They're fine. And I burp. I burp all the time, and I pass gas, and I'm okay with that because I'd rather do that than keep it in, especially with the sleep. So that has been great. So yeah, so I mean, that's my video. I know everybody's been requesting an update video, and thank you everyone for asking. I finally did one. I feel like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna put it out there. Whatever, it is what it is. Everyone's different. You want to do it, do it. If you need to do it, go ahead. I don't care. Do I recommend it? Yes. Is it going to be hard? Of course it's going to be hard. It's not the easy way out. By all means, please don't think that it is not the easy way out. It's hard. It's painful. It's a struggle. You have to put in work. You have to keep yourself, remind yourself every day you know, eat small portions and drink and protein, and it's expensive. It is expensive. I don't care what anybody says. It's expensive because eating healthy is expensive. Protein's expensive. Medication, multivitamins expensive. So it is not cheap. It is hard, and it hopefully eventually will be worth it for me. As of right now, I can't really say that because I don't like that I haven't lost the weight that I wanted to. But so yeah, so I'm pretty much waiting to see results, fast results. I know that a lot of people have had faster results than I have, and I know a lot of people haven't. And I guess it's normal, but when I see my doctor, I'll talk to him about it and see what he says or what he thinks. But yeah, so it's fine. It's okay. Everything's been okay as far as the sleeve, besides the weight loss. Excuse me, or not having the rapid weight loss, or not rapid. I don't like to use the word rapid. Not having the results that I wanted to have. But if anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. Please, I don't know, whatever, just ask. I have Instagram. My Instagram, it used to be Fat Girl Turns Healthy. Now it's OH underscore she's SHES underscore so SO underscore sleeved SLEEVED. So oh, she's so sleeved. Go ahead and add me or ask me questions on there. I do have an email that you can also ask questions on, which is, let me look, fatgirlturnshealthy@gmail.com. Or you could go ahead and leave questions on my YouTube channel, and I will check them, and I will answer to everyone or do a video. I hope to do more videos as far as like the outcome and updates and things like that. I'm thinking about doing videos on makeup. I'm not too sure, but that's a different subject. So I hope this helped for everyone. I hope it helps and gives you a little bit of the experience that I went through, or tells you a little bit about what I went through, which was hell. But everything's better now. Everything's good. Everything's better. I feel like I'm back to normal as far as the way I look. So yeah. So I hope everybody has a good day, and I hope everyone's successful and lucky in their health and fitness and whatever plans they have and goals. Ciao.